17 this morning. Let's get a check on the forecast now with Storm Track 7's Kiel. An important reminder for people, it's going to be very hot out today, and that's important especially as cleanup continues.
It certainly is. The cleanup is continuing 2 weeks after the derecho, and fortunately in the 2 weeks since the derecho, we've only had a couple of days with some passing rain in the hardest hit areas. This week we're not really going to have to deal so much with rain, but with that heat and humidity, temperatures already in the 60s to near 70. All in all, not too bad, but as we get that sunshine in here today, those temperatures will warm quickly into the 90s. Right now we do have a mostly clear sky in Waterloo as we take a look at Hawkeye Community College. It does look a little hazy in the distance, and it will remain hazy here the next few days. And that is due in part to the wildfires out in California. That smoke is going up into the atmosphere, getting picked up by the jet stream. That's going to cause a little haze in our sky, especially today. Shouldn't have too many impacts on the air quality, thankfully. But Threat Tracker is going to stay in the yellow because I am forecasting those heat index values to be near or above 100 degrees here the next few days. In fact, it's pretty straightforward between 100 and 105 today, tomorrow, and into Wednesday. Perhaps a little bit lower here Thursday and especially on Friday as we start to see that heat break down just a bit. Friday will also be our next chance for some rain, which, yeah, some of us could use a little bit of that rain here in eastern Iowa. If you suffer from allergies, you know the last several days have just really been not great for you. And unfortunately, the next few days, more of the same. We'll be kind of on the high side here with those pollen levels here through Wednesday, probably in the medium-high range Thursday and Friday. Main allergen in the air, ragweed. It is ragweed season, and that's remained high here over the last several days. And one of the reasons why it's going to remain high is that it's going to be hot and dry. We have a ridge over place in eastern Iowa, so that is going to, or I should say overhead, that's going to keep us high and dry. On the outer edge of the heat, as we see with many heat waves, that's where we're going to have the showers and storms. A few areas in northeastern Iowa may get an isolated shower or storm tonight, but for the most part, all of that stays to the north. The tropics very active as well as they have been the last couple of months. We have Tropical Storm Marco in the Gulf of Mexico just to the south of New Orleans. This is going to continue to track northwest and bring some heavy rain and gusty wind to the Louisiana coastline. This will make landfall here later tonight or during the wee hours of Tuesday morning as a tropical storm and will continue to weaken as it moves off to the west toward Texas. We're also tracking Tropical Storm Laura, which is currently a pretty strong tropical storm with sustained winds at 65 miles per hour. It's right along the coast of Cuba and is going to make landfall here later tonight into tomorrow on the mainland. Then tomorrow morning it's going to reemerge back over water, this time into the Gulf of Mexico. Water temperatures in the Gulf are in the 80s, so this is going to gain some strength and become a hurricane tomorrow afternoon. And eventually by late Wednesday into Thursday, this is forecast to make landfall as a Category 2 in portions of Louisiana or even into portions of Texas as well. So things are going to be very active along the Gulf Coast. Here in eastern Iowa, not terribly active weather-wise. Temperatures are going to be in the lower to middle 90s, so stay plenty hydrated if you're heading out for storm cleanup today. Also wear plenty of sunscreen as we will see plenty of sunshine. Mostly clear tonight. We'll keep that isolated storm in the forecast in northeastern Iowa. I do think that most of that rain is going to stay off to our north in portions of Minnesota and Wisconsin. 10-day forecast has mid to upper 90s here tomorrow, and we'll continue that trend into Wednesday. The 90s will continue here as we head into Thursday before we start to see that heat break down on Friday. That's when we'll track in a chance for storms. It will be cooler here this weekend into next week with just a couple more chances of storms.